Welcome to Fabulosity for you, and my name is Angie. If this is your first time watching my channel, please click that subscribe button, then click the notification bell so when I upload videos, you'll be the first to know. Like this video and make a comment. In this channel, you will see fierce fashion, the celebrity gossip is hot, and the relationship advice is real. If you are here with me for the first time, welcome. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been with me and you are part of the Fab Fam, welcome back. Today's segment is going to be relationship advice. The reason I decided to choose relationship advice today is because last weekend I was celebrating my 13th year anniversary, wedding anniversary, as well as my mother's birthday. If you guys did not see my last video where I took my mother for high tea at the Drake Hotel, make sure you check it out because it's pretty good. And so your girl Angie had a really busy weekend. I was celebrating my mom and celebrating my husband and I. So today, in honor of my 13-year anniversary, I'm going to be doing a video on relationship advice. As I said, for those of you who are here with me for the first time, your girl Angie is a relationship coach. Okay? So I'm going to give you the 5 tips for a successful marriage, and I'm going to show you a snippet of the wonderful day I had, well actually evening I had for my anniversary with my husband. So let's get right into it. But before we do, go get your drink of choice, go get your snack of choice, and come back and sit with your girl Angie. Text, email, call. You better stick a letter in the bottle, baby, and tell everybody that Angie is on the line. Okay, so tonight my drink of choice is going to be the champagne because I am celebrating and still toasting my 13th year wedding anniversary. Been with my man for 15 years. Let me tell you something before I get started. Marriage is not easy. Okay? It is not easy. Especially your first 5 years of marriage. Okay, we're going to talk tonight. Especially the first 5 years of marriage, honey. I call them growing pains. And that's why I wrote this book. I wrote it many years ago. A couple that prays together, stays together. Because you're going to have to be praying in your marriage, honey. And the first 5 years can be very difficult because when you blend 2 people together, family, in some cases, children, it could be difficult. And so that's why I wrote this book, because I wrote it for people that are newlyweds or people that are engaged or thinking about marriage. And I give you a lot of things I talk about have come from this book, okay? So let's get right into this. All right, let me pour me some champagne. If you out there, whatever you have in your hands, you toast. We're going to make a toast tonight, and make sure you have your cup ready. Okay. So, number 1, keep dating each other. Marriage shouldn't mean the romance ends. Make time for dates. Dress up for each other. Travel. Celebrate milestones and create memories. Now, in my marriage, and let me just say this, everybody's marriage is not the same. What might work for one marriage might not work for your marriage, okay? But these basic tips that I'm telling you are for everybody's marriage, okay? But I'm just going to say this, and I'm talking about myself because I'm celebrating 13 years. In my marriage, I'm so happy that we keep the romance alive. We have date nights. at least twice a month or more. We dress up. Like my husband, he really wasn't into clothes until he got with me. And he was like, you always look so beautiful. I want to look good for you. And so he takes his time when he gets dressed, picking out his clothes, asking me what I think. And he always wants to make sure he smells good for me, asking me, do I like this scent? And I appreciate a man to take care of himself. And he does just that. And I like that. He always celebrates milestones. Like if it's an anniversary or birthdays or no days. But some people, they get married and then they get in this rut where the man says, well, I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day. I'm not celebrating Sweetie's Day. I celebrate you all the time. But that's not what a woman wants, my kings out there. A woman wants to be celebrated on those holidays just like everybody else. And I get flowers just because. So you have to keep dating each other. You have to keep dating each other in order for your marriage to be successful. Number 2, learn how to communicate, not just argue. You can disagree without disrespecting each other. Sometimes winning an argument isn't nearly as important as protecting the relationship. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. You have to communicate. No marriage is perfect, and neither is mine. There's no perfect guy. There's no perfect woman. But you can find somebody that can be perfect for you. What's really important in a relationship is communicating. And when you argue, do not hit below the belt. Now, I'm not going to lie. I have grown a lot because I have been married before. And in my previous marriage and relationships, I had a bad mouth, honey. I had a mouth that can cut, okay? And when you are respecting somebody, and respect comes under a big umbrella. When you respect somebody, you do not want to hurt them. And so when I got with my husband 15 years ago, and when we stacking, I'm going to take the toast with that. We stacking it up. We stacking it up to 13 years of marriage. Salute. Salute, everyone. If you have your drink, let's take a sip. Okay. So I come a long way, baby. When I met this man and fell in love, I knew he was the one. I knew he was the one a month after we dated each other. And I didn't want to disrespect him. Okay? I did not want to disrespect him. And so, and to this day, we do not hit below the belt. Okay? And that's because I set rules in my marriage. And nobody gonna call me out my name. And nobody gonna talk crazy to me. Okay? I stand on that. And my queens, you have to stand on that. And my kings, you stand on that. You don't let nobody disrespect you. Men and women in a marriage should talk with respect for each other. Now, of course you can argue. Everybody's going to argue, but it's how you argue. And sometimes you have to learn how to step away. And that's worked for me in my marriage. Now, my husband, he's the type, he really don't like me to step away. But I have to do what's best for myself and best for us, because the last thing I want to do is say something that I cannot take back. Okay? I said this before. You can slap somebody and that sting is only for a second. But your tongue, what comes out of your mouth, they're going to remember a lifetime. And so I remove myself from situations. I either walk out the room, if I got to leave the house, if I got to leave wherever I got to leave, I'm going to leave. Okay? Because I don't want to be in that toxicity. And we'll talk in the morning, or we'll talk when we're both calm. Now, one thing I can say about my husband, when we do have disagreements, I give him some time, I take some time, and he's a big enough man to come to me and say, well, you know what, I should have probably not said it like that, and I'm big enough of a woman to say, and you know what, maybe I shouldn't have said that either. And so you have to communicate well, be able to, when you do argue, because arguing is a part of marriage, you're going to argue, then you got to learn how to come back together and communicate. And that's very important. Don't think you too big because you're a man to say, hey, I'm wrong. And don't you think you too big of a woman to say, hey, I'm wrong. You have to be able to say you're wrong in a marriage. It's very important. And you have to be able to learn how to communicate. Because everybody do not know how to communicate. And everybody communicates differently. But that's where you come together when you do have disagreements. You talk it out when you feel like you're calm enough to talk it out. Number 3, give each other space to grow. You don't have to do everything together. Support each other's dreams, hobbies, friendships, and personal growth. And that's very important. My husband has a hobby of bowling. He loves to bowl, and he bowls several times a week. And I let him have that, because when you have a hobby, and I like to do YouTube, okay? And a whole lot of other things. But when you're doing something that you love to do, you're not as stressed. And so when you do come together, you're not stressed, you're feeling good, and you both can have a good night. You cannot be where, oh, she can't go nowhere. Now, you don't disrespect your house, okay? Like I said, disrespect comes under a large umbrella. So you give each other space. And when I say that, it's as I mentioned, having a hobby, supporting each other's dreams, friendships, and personal growth. And so my husband and I, we had a group of friends that we would hang out with as couples. And so he would get the chance to still see his friends, and then I can still have time, a girls' night or ladies' night. We might be in another room, and the men might be in another room, and then we might all come together. And that's a form of giving each other space and growing with each other. It's important. It's important to have friendships, and friendship, what I mean as well, is with each other, okay? Make sure who you choose to marry or is somebody that can be a friend. Before my husband and I got married, we were friends. We hung out, we laughed together, we talked together, we was friends, and we still that today. Because if you're married for different reasons, if you marry, because he just has money, and he might lose his money, then what? If you marry because they just cute, or if you marry because they just handsome, well, as you get older, your looks will change. So you have to always maintain that friendship, and maintaining that friendship is spending time with each other and letting each other grow. Okay, number 4, don't take each other for granted. Say thank you. Give compliments. Show affection. Notice the little things your spouse does. People want to feel appreciated by the person they come home to. And my queens out there, make sure you make your man feel appreciated. They take out the garbage. You say thank you. Little things my husband does around the house, I say thank you. He goes out and bring back some fast food or I say thank you. Letting him know, hey, I appreciate these little things. My kings, do the same for your wife. If she cooks breakfast, say thank you. She makes dinner, I appreciate that. Those things go a long way. It's sometimes I don't feel like making breakfast for my husband. I make my husband breakfast over the weekend. But when he says thank you, this was so good, it makes me feel better. It makes me want to get up and make breakfast. So it's important to compliment each other. Every time my husband gets dressed, I always tell him he's so handsome. He always says I'm beautiful. And that goes a long way. So when your man in the streets, okay, and a woman giving him compliments, he not acting like he never received a compliment before. You know, he's not feeling like, oh my God, she said I look good. No, and the same for your queen, my kings. You compliment your wife because you don't want her in the streets and some other man complimenting her, and then she get to feeling herself or he get to feeling herself. You guys compliment each other, and that goes a long way. And you don't feel like you're being taken for granted. Number 5, remember that marriage is a partnership. There will be good seasons, difficult seasons. The goal isn't to have a perfect marriage. The goal is to have a marriage where both people are willing to work through life together. And that's so true. That's so very true. You're going to have, no matter how many years you've been married, you're going to have your good seasons. And you're going to have some bad seasons. Now, in my marriage, I will have to say I have more good seasons than difficult seasons. And that's a blessing. And so in order to have those more good seasons, you have to follow these rules that I just gave you. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus. And this is just how I feel. And I'm going to stand up on this. Keep people out of your business. Keep people out of your business. And it's not your mama's business about what your man did to you. It's not your brother or sister business on what happened to you last night. Now, and we have friends, and sometimes we have to talk, okay? Talk. Sometimes you have to get it out. But don't make it a habit. And don't tell just every detail of what went on. Sometimes you have to talk to yourself, honey. As long as you're not talking back, you okay. But sometimes you really need to keep your mouth closed, because once you keep all the time telling your business to people, bad-mouthing your man to your family, bad-mouthing your lady, your wife to your family, then they not going to like your man or your wife. And then what? And then you looking crazy like, why y'all don't like my husband, or why y'all don't like my wife? And it's because you've been running your mouth. And they not going to forget they love you. And some people, even family and friends, they don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you at 13 years. They don't want to see you getting married, okay? Because they probably not married. Or maybe they relationship, marriage is not good. Everybody doesn't have a good marriage. And so be careful who you tell your business to and how often you telling your business. Every now and then, yeah, we might feel like you got to talk. But try to just keep your business to yourself. And don't be bad-mouthing your man and woman in front of everybody, because guess what? Then they're not going to respect your marriage. They're not going to respect your man. They're not going to respect your wife. And some people love to hear bad news. So, that's all the tips I have. I hope you receive these tips. I'm going to take my glass. I'm going to raise it up. I want to raise my glass to all of my married women, all of my married men, all of my married couples out there. Because at the end of the day, you gotta keep it stacking, okay? And at the end of the day, you need to stay together. And it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love my husband, and I love what we built together in our marriage. And so we're going to keep it going. So, cheers. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you a clip of what we did on our 13-year anniversary. Okay, my fab fams, your girl is celebrating her 13-year anniversary. We have a junior suite, absolutely gorgeous. This is the living room, beautiful. That's our table. gorgeous. The chandelier is real fly. Okay, this is the guest bathroom if we decide to have a guest. Gorgeous. Very gorgeous. Beautiful. This is the bedroom. All right. And this is the bathroom. Look at that tub. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, gorgeous. The shower. Oh, gorgeous. And so this is what we're going to be here for the weekend. I am going to, tomorrow is my mom's birthday. Tomorrow is actually our anniversary. It's tomorrow. And my mom's birthday tomorrow. So we're going to be very busy this weekend, but this is where we're going to be at. This is exactly where we're going to be right here. So talk to you later. Okay, guys, today is Fred and I's 13th anniversary, and so we came out to dinner today. You know, I had a long day because I was with my mom earlier today, but we started off, we were at a steakhouse, Premier Cut Steakhouse, and I started off with what is this, Fred? A cosmopolitan.
And I have the special of the day, some.
And so we're going to toast to you, baby. Toast to us.
Toast to us, baby. 13 years.
13 years. I hope you guys go get you a drink and toast like this, honey. We've been married for 13 years. We've been together for 15 years.
That's right. 15 wonderful.
And so, as you guys saw, we're in a junior suite, which is absolutely beautiful. And thank you. And even though it's been a long day, I still have to make time for my hubby, all right? My queens, you have to make time for your man, all right? And so I was just sitting here and I said, we're reminiscing, and let me put this, so I can put this on my channel for our anniversary segment. So how did we meet? I know we said this story 100 times. If you've been with me, then you already know. But for those that don't know, he might add a little extra in there and give you some more details. Okay, so go ahead, Fred.
Here we go.
My handsome husband. Doesn't he look fabulous, guys?
Beautiful wife.
He looks so gorgeous. Go ahead.
Very blessed and grateful. Trust me. Okay, here we go. Working. It was April 1st, believe it or not, we met on April 1st.
April Fool's Day.
Right. April 1st. A lot of people, like, wow, how's that? Well, God really has a sense of humor if you think about it. My buddy was having a barbecue, Rico, and he was like, hey, Fred, having a barbecue on April 1st. The only thing was, it was a Friday. And I was like, why are you having a barbecue on April Fool's Day? I'm like, man, what's up with that? He's like, man, look, I need your help barbecuing. I need you to be there, right? Mind you, I have no car. I'm, how could I say, single, out of
a marriage.
Right. So left everything there, because there's a son. We have a son, so everything's there. So I'm just I'm on the bus, right, with a laptop. So I said, oh, what the hell, it's Friday. Let's do it. So the weird thing was, I get there, I'm helping Rico barbecue. We start playing cards, and I'm a decent whist player, kind of decent, but I'm winning, okay? So it seemed like everything that I was doing that evening was in my favor. I was winning, okay? I actually got bored with playing cards, which is very rare for me, because I'm winning. And I'm like, oh man, guys, man, I'm done with this. As soon as I say that, the doorbell rings, right? And I'm facing the door.
What happened on my side.
Okay,
so it was April Fool's, as he said. First of all, show them your glasses. I have on my baby some some Louis Vuitton glasses that he looks so cute in. Oh my God. They always say he look like Sinbad. My girlfriend, we went to high school together. She was like, Angie, let's go to Rico's party. And it was like on the east side. And I was like, girl, I don't go on the east side. Not that the east side is real bad, but it's not real good. It all depends on where you're going. And so it was raining. And she was like, girl, I'll drive. And she really had to really want to go and keep asking me to go. And I finally said I'll go. So we get to the party. I come in, and Fred, you can take it over after you get finished.
I don't know. Maybe I was silly enough the first time, but I was in a real bad place the first time we met. You know, so I don't know if I would have been necessarily right for Andre at that time. Second time, I thought I was right, but I was in the wrong place. So that couldn't work. So, third time comes, look at she putting the shade on, right? Yeah, they were a couple shady times, right?
Shady time.
Couple shady times.
Because I wasn't right for him either at the time.
Shady time. Now,
you know, your girl can be shady sometimes.
Okay, so now this is it. Third time, you know. So I'm like, it's almost like Bronx Tale. I feel like Bronx Tale, the great ones, right? You know, I was trying to get all tripped out about it, but in my mind, I says, okay, this is the third time. Something's to this, and I'm the kind of man where I try to live with no regrets. So I say, well, I got to go for this, damn. I've seen this beautiful woman this third time. I'm single now.
Third time's a charm?
Right. So, hey, it's definitely a charm. And she wasn't real receptive at first. And I couldn't understand why.
My shades back off.
I don't know why. I was like, why the hell is she not receptive? So I said, well, stay persistent, Fred. Let her, let her know that you're interested. Yeah, there were guys at the party because she's beautiful. We talked.
And here we are. Go ahead.
We talked. We exchanged numbers. And that was the start.
After all these years, one thing I know for sure is that love is beautiful, but lasting love takes attention. So cherish your spouse. Make the memories. Take the trips. Have all the date nights. Laugh together. And never stop choosing each other.